everyone, welcome back to VeloView, your destination for everything on wheels, from timeless classics to modern-day marvels. Today we're turning the clock back to 1970, an era when simplicity, elegance, and mechanical purity defined sports cars. We're diving deep into two icons of British motoring, the 1970 MG MGB and the MG Midget. These two cars were the heart and soul of affordable sports driving, bringing open-top joy and unmistakable style to countless enthusiasts around the world. Both cars represented what British roadsters were all about: lightweight bodies, engaging handling, and engines that offered just enough power to make every drive an adventure. Let's start with the MG MGB. First introduced in 1962, by the time 1970 arrived, the MGB had already become one of the most successful sports cars ever built. Its design was clean and beautifully proportioned, with smooth curves, chrome bumpers, and that unmistakable front grille that made it instantly recognizable. The 1970 model was still in its prime before the mid-decade design changes brought in heavier rubber bumpers. Under the hood, it carried a 1.8-liter inline-4 engine producing about 95 horsepower, sending power to the rear wheels through a 4-speed manual transmission. While those numbers might seem modest today, in a car that weighed under a ton, it delivered a spirited and engaging performance. The MGB could hit around 105 miles per hour, and while its 0 to 60 time of about 11 seconds wasn't groundbreaking, the experience behind the wheel was what made it special. The driving position was low, the windshield upright, and with the top down, you felt completely connected to your surroundings. Inside, everything was simple and functional: Smith's gauges, a classic 3-spoke steering wheel, and supportive leather trim seats. There was no excess, just a pure driver-focused environment. The steering, powered by a rack and pinion setup, was sharp and communicative. The suspension, featuring independent front coils and a rear live axle with leaf springs, gave the MGB a balanced character, comfortable enough for cruising but firm enough to make twisty roads pure joy. It wasn't about brute power, it was about connection, feedback, and rhythm. When you drove it, you became part of the car, feeling every movement and responding instinctively. Now, moving to the MG Midget, a car that truly lived up to its name in size but certainly not in personality. Introduced in 1961 and evolving through the decade, by 1970 the Midget had found its perfect form. With its small proportions, it looked playful and eager even at a standstill. Beneath the bonnet sat a 1,275cc A-series engine making around 65 horsepower. Again, not a huge figure, but with a curb weight of just about 1,600 pounds, the Midget felt alive and responsive in a way few cars can match today. Its top speed hovered around 90 miles per hour, and it could do 0 to 60 in about 13 seconds, but the joy wasn't in the straight line, it was in the corners. The Midget's handling was razor sharp, and because of its tiny footprint and near-perfect balance, you could take corners faster and tighter than you might expect. The gearbox was snappy, the clutch light, and the steering direct, giving you an immediate sense of control. Behind the wheel, the Midget was all about involvement. You sat incredibly low to the ground, almost as if wearing the car. The ride was firm and you'd feel every bump, but that rawness made it addictive. The design carried the same British charm as its bigger brother: the chrome bumpers, small wire wheels, and simple curves gave it an elegant yet youthful presence. Inside, space was tight, but it had everything a driver needed and nothing more. It was never about luxury, it was about freedom and simplicity. What made both the MGB and the Midget stand out was their mechanical honesty. There were no electronics or complicated systems, just straightforward engineering that encouraged drivers to get their hands dirty. Owning an MG meant not just driving it but maintaining and understanding it. The engines were simple to tune, parts were affordable, and the layout made working on them approachable even for amateur mechanics. Of course, British cars of that time weren't without their quirks. Lucas electrical systems were infamous for their unpredictability, and both models were prone to rust and oil leaks. Yet, these flaws became part of the charm. Every MG owner knows that occasional tinkering is part of the ownership experience, and that connection between car and driver makes them all the more endearing. The MGB also had a coupe version, the MGB GT, designed by Pininfarina. It gave the car a fixed roof and more practicality with added luggage space, but for purists, the open-top Roadster was the one to have. With the top down, the wind in your hair, and the sound of the engine echoing off the countryside, it offered one of the purest forms of driving pleasure imaginable. Meanwhile, the Midget represented the distilled essence of that same joy, even more compact and playful. It was the car you took out on a sunny day just to chase corners, where every gear change and every curve felt like an event. In today's world of technology-packed cars, driving a 1970 MG feels like a return to the basics. There are no screens or traction control, just you, the machine, and the road. Every sound, vibration, and smell reminds you that you're part of something mechanical, something alive. That sense of purity is what keeps enthusiasts coming back to these cars even decades later. They may not be fast by modern standards, but they deliver something more valuable, an emotional connection. The MGB offers a slightly more refined and mature driving experience, perfect for longer journeys and cruising, while the Midget delivers go-kart-like agility and cheeky character for those who love spirited drives on twisty roads. Today, both cars are gaining recognition as affordable entry points into the world of classic car ownership. Parts are widely available, and there's an entire global community dedicated to keeping them alive. Whether you're restoring one in your garage or joining an MG club for weekend drives, you'll find a passionate network of enthusiasts who share your love for these iconic roadsters. Prices have been climbing steadily, especially for well-preserved examples, as more collectors realize the timeless appeal of these little British gems. Ultimately, the 1970 MG MGB and MG Midget are more than just vintage cars, they are pieces of history that embody an era when driving was about connection, not convenience. They remind us that simplicity, balance, and character can make a car truly unforgettable. If you ever get the chance to drive one, take it. Feel the steering respond to every input, hear the exhaust note echo as you shift through the gears, and experience what driving was meant to be before technology took over. These cars capture the soul of motoring in its purest form, and that's something worth celebrating. Thank you all for joining me on this deep dive into the 1970 MG MGB and Midget. I hope you enjoyed this journey through classic British engineering and design. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and most importantly, subscribe to VeloView for more timeless car reviews, automotive stories, and deep dives into the machines that shaped history. Until next time, keep your engines roaring and your passion for driving alive.